Good morning, students. In today's lecture, we will discuss method of characteristics to solve a nonlinear first-order partial differential equation. Method of characteristics is a technique to solve a partial differential equation by converting it into a system of ordinary differential equations. So let us discuss this method in details. We are given a nonlinear partial differential equation of first order, which is given by f of du, u and x is equal to 0. Here du, that denotes gradient of function u. This x belongs to the set u, and u is the subset of n-dimensional real Euclidean space. We are to solve this partial differential equation subject to the boundary condition that value of this function u is g on gamma. Here gamma is contained in boundary of u, and this function g is a real valued function defined on gamma, and this is a given function. Let us take the solution of this partial differential equation subject to this condition is u, which is a twice continuously differentiable function. Now let us take, this is the set u and this denotes boundary of u. Let us fix a point x in the set u, and we find some curve lying within this set u. We have denoted this curve here, which is joining the point x to the point x naught. This x naught is a point on gamma. So we find such kind of curve along which we can find the value of function u, starting with the condition that value of function u at this point x naught is the function g. Let us take the parametric form of this curve is given by x, which is the function of parameter s. S is a real valued parameter. Now because x belongs to u and u is contained in Rn, n-dimensional real Euclidean space. So this x is having n components. So we have denoted its components by x1, x2, x3 and so on up to xn. Here each is the function of parameter s. Also let us define a function z, which is the function of s, given by u as a function of x. Here x is the function of parameter s. And let us define p to be gradient of function u. By definition, the components of gradient u are given by curl u by curl x1, curl u by curl x2, curl u by curl x3 and so on. Last is curl u by curl xn. Now the components of p, because p is n-dimensional, so we can denote its components to be p1, p2, p3 and so on up to pn. So we can say that in general pi, those are the partial derivatives curl u by curl xi for every I varying from 1 to n. Here the function z that gives us the value of u along the curve, and p gives us the value of gradient of u along the curve. Now we must choose the function x in such a way that we can calculate the values of function z and p. To find these values, let us differentiate the equation 5. From the equation 5, we have the value of pi is equal to partial derivative of u with respect to xi, and these are the functions of x. Now because the components of x, we have taken x1, x2, x3 up to xn. Let us differentiate with respect to s. Derivative with respect to s, we have denoted by dot. So the derivative of pi with respect to s, that is denoted by pi dot. On the right side, because curl u by curl xi, that is a function of n variables. So by using chain rule of differentiation, we have on the right side partial derivative of uxi with respect to x1 into the derivative of x1 with respect to s plus partial derivative of uxi with respect to x2 into the derivative of x2 with respect to s. Continuing like this, the last partial derivative of uxi with respect to xn into the derivative of xn with respect to s. We can write this expression in the form of summation. So the derivative of pi with respect to s is equal to summation uxi xj into xj dot. Dot means d by ds. Here j varies from 1 to n. So till yet we have obtained the derivatives of pi's with respect to s. Now from the equation 1, we are having f of du, u and x is equal to 0. Let us substitute the values which we defined for gradient of u and u. Gradient of u is defined to be p. The function u is defined to be z. And p is having the components p1, p2, p3 up to pn. And x, that is also having the components x1, x2, x3 up to xn. So we have obtained the equation f of p1, p2, p3 up to pn, comma z, then x1, x2, x3 up to xn is equal to 0. Let us differentiate with respect to xi on both sides. Now on the left side, we can use chain rule of differentiation. So that will become partial derivative of f with respect to p1 into the derivative of p1 with respect to xi plus partial derivative of f with respect to p2 and then partial derivative of p2 with respect to xi, and continuing like this, partial derivative of f with respect to pn into partial derivative of pn with respect to xi, then partial derivative of f with respect to z into partial derivative of z with respect to xi plus partial derivative of f with respect to x1 into the derivative of x1 with respect to xi. Continuing like this, last we have partial derivative of f with respect to xn into derivative of xn with respect to xi. Now here, because the partial derivatives of xi with respect to xi, that will be 1. So in this expression we will have only one term, curl f by curl xi, and this remaining part we can write as it is. So finally we can write after differentiation summation curl f by curl pj into curl pj by curl xi plus curl f by curl z into curl z by curl xi, that is uxi, plus this term curl f by curl xi is equal to 0. So we have obtained this equation. Now substituting the values of pj, because according to our notations pj are partial derivatives curl u by curl xj. So finally this equation can be written as curl f by curl pj into u xi xj, summation j varying from 1 to n plus curl f by curl z into uxi plus curl f by curl xi is equal to 0. Now let us define the components of derivative of x is equal to the components of gradient of f with respect to p. Curl f by curl pj, these are the components of gradient of f with respect to p, and xj dot, these are the components of derivatives of x. Now, this equation can be written as summation j varies from 1 to n curl f by curl pj into u xi xj plus curl f by curl z into the value of u xi is pi plus curl f by curl xi is equal to 0. Now, from the equation 6, we have the derivatives of pi's with respect to s is equal to summation u xi xj into xj dot s. Here j varies from 1 to n. Now, by the notation which we defined in the equation 8, this is defined to be curl f by curl pj. So we have substituted the value. Now the value of this expression we can find from the equation number 9. So from here, taking these two terms on the right side, we can obtain the value of this expression, which is given by minus curl f by curl z into pi minus curl f by curl xi. So we have obtained the derivatives of pi given by this expression. Now, we have defined the function z to be the function of u, which is the function of x, and x is having the components x1, x2, x3 up to xn. Now let us differentiate both sides with respect to s. The derivative of z with respect to s we have denoted by z dot. On the right side, again using chain rule of differentiation. The derivative of this term is given by summation curl u by curl xj into the derivative of xj with respect to s. Here j varies from 1 to n, and this, according to the notation, can be written as xj dot. So we get the derivative z dot is equal to summation u xj into, and from the equation 8 we have defined xj dot is equal to curl f by curl pj. So we have substituted the value, and also according to our notations, p is gradient of u. So the components of p will be the components of gradient u. These are the components of gradient u, so they will be is equal to components of p, means pj. So we can write curl u by curl xj is equal to pj. So we have obtained the equation z dot s is equal to summation j varies from 1 to n pj into curl f by curl pj. We have obtained three equations, one for the derivatives of the function p, one for the derivative of z, and one for the derivative of x with respect to s. We can write their vector notations. So the equation 10, which is in the form of components, so we can write from the equation 10 by using vector notations. That will become p dot s is equal to negative of gradient of f with respect to x minus gradient of f with respect to z dot p. This equation in the vector notation can be written as z dot s is equal to gradient of f with respect to p dot p, because these are the components of p, these are the components of gradient of f with respect to p, and also x dot s, that can be written as gradient of f with respect to p. So we have obtained these equations. Now these equations, these are 2n plus 1 first order ordinary differential equations. These are characteristic equations for the given non-linear first order partial differential equation, and the functions x, function z, and the function p, which are the functions of parameter s. These three functions are called characteristics. So this completes the characteristic method to solve the given first order non-linear partial differential equation.